Happy Saturday morning. It is March 19th, and I just got up and got everything ready this morning. Yesterday, I was taking my son to work, and on the way back, I saw a estate sale, and it was actually on the back roads back to my house, and a house that we had gone to other estate sales and flea markets at prior. So I did stop there. I only had $20 in cash, so I knew that I wasn't gonna get very much, but I was looking for canning supplies and more canning jars. I'm trying to stock up on canning jars for the garden season. It's spring. I still have a lot of pumpkins to can. I still have some meat in my freezer that I want to can to clear out some space. And the big harvest season for my garden has not even started yet. So I actually just ended up with a whole box of canning jars. The lady had a couple canning jars on the table, and she said she had more underneath, some of the blue antique jars. I told her that I wanted them, and then she told me that in her shed there was a box of canning supplies. She didn't know what all was in there. So if you go to garage sales or flea markets or anything like that, whenever they tell you that they have a whole box of something else somewhere they haven't even put out yet, or even thought to put out, or didn't think that it would sell, then that's a jackpot. So absolutely go get your box of stuff from the shed and of canning supplies, and let's look through it. And I'm definitely interested. So she got out the blue jars that I wanted, and she went and got the canning supplies, and she brought them back. She said there's a lot of lids and rings and other odds and ends in the box, and I asked her if she would take $20 for the whole box with the blue jars, and she agreed to do that. So I have not opened this box to see what is in there yet. I haven't gone through it, so I wanted to share it with y'all, and let's go through it together to see what I got on my Friday morning early yard sale, garage sale find yesterday morning for canning supplies. So I'm going to bring you in closer so you can kind of see the table. Or I'm just going to be setting these on the counter, but I want you to be able to see the counter where I am going to be setting these. I can get the right. I'm working with the new tripod here. So I'll try to stack them all on the counter here, and then can I move back a little bit more? You'll be able to see, and I'll show you each thing as I get it out of the box. So first off, she told me that they were 7 or 8 of these blue jars in a box underneath. What this lady did that was selling there that day, she did parties, weddings, venues, stuff like that. So she had a box of these for an event, like a lot of people who went and were doing the country theme stuff. So I got 1, 2, and these are the new Ball Perfect Masons, but they have the handmade look to them. They might be handmade, but they're a little bit more expensive. You can find these at the stores, but they're always a lot more expensive than your standard ball jars that you buy for canning. And here's another one. And that makes 4 of the Ball Perfect Masons. And here's 5. And if you can see behind me, that tote right there is what I got for $20. It was filled with can jars and can supplies. You can see it right there. And it's actually a pretty nice tote too. So I add that into the value of what I got here. Alright, so there's 6 of the Ball Mason quart jars and 1 more. Oh, wait, there's 2 more. Thought there was only 6 or 7 of them, but there's actually 8 of these blue Ball Perfect Mason jars, which is total score. Alright, I'm going to try to find all the jars in here so we can figure out how many jars, and then we'll go through the rest of what's in here. So, there are a bunch of these little 4-ounce Ball Mason jars, and some of them have these spice lids, the Ball spice lids that go with them. They were using these for spices. And these spice lids themselves, you can buy these, which I don't have any of these. I've not seen them. I don't know what they go for, but that's pretty neat that those are in there. And so here's 2 more. So that's 4 of the 4-ounce jars with the Ball Mason spice lids attached. There's 2 more of them. So that's 6 of them. Okay. I think that might be all of the ones that have the spice lids to them, but I got 5 more of the 4-ounce mason jars. So that's 6 of them, 6 of the 4-ounce mason jars that don't have the spice lids, and 6 of them that do have the spice lids. So that's a case of jars right there in the 4-ounce mason jars. And then you have the spice lids, and then you have 8 of the quart Ball Mason jars. And then we have lots and lots of rings. And I reuse my rings. And these look like they were used for weddings and different things like that. Don't look like they were ever canned with. They're pretty much brand new. There's gold ones and silver ones. And I reuse my lids, but sometimes when you're canning a lot of meat and stuff like that, your lids can start looking a little rough, getting a little rusty, and I throw them out whenever they do that. So, there is a lot of lids in here, y'all. When she originally told me about this box, she said that it was full of these lids. But as a bonus, there was other stuff in here too, like a case of those 4-ounce jars. And I'll just take a picture of those lids or show you those lids all on my stove so you get an idea how many lids were in there. Okay. So, my whole stove right here is lids. That's all the lids that were in that box. All pretty much brand spanking new lids. Here's my jars, my 8 blue jars, and my 12 4-ounce jars right there. And then there's still more in this box. Kind of crooked right there. There we go. There's another jar. So there's 13 of these little 4-ounce jars. Alright, here's the good stuff. We got a Ziploc bag with new, never been used. This looks like Golden Harvest lids. And there's 1, 2, 3. So there's a dozen of these lids. These probably originally came on these jars here. They're little jelly lids, got the little fruit and vegetables on them. So that's cute. So we got a dozen lids, and lids are very valuable these days. And then I have this whole thing, which, if that's a dozen, it looks like there's probably 3 or 4 dozen of these plain gold lids that have not been used. And all the stuff that she had bought for props and decorations for events. She didn't actually use them, they were just for decor. So when she used the jars for whatever, she just took the lids off and put them in Ziploc bags. So that's probably about 5 dozen new lids that we have there. And then here's silver lids. And it looks like there's probably at least 2.5 dozen silver lids in here. So, pretty good. Let's see. So, 9 or 10 dozen new canning lids. So that's 9 or 10 boxes. If you buy them at the store, they come in packs of 12. So that's 9 or 10 boxes of canning jar lids. 13 4-ounce jars. 6 regular mouth spice jars, ball spice jar lids. 8 blue ball mason quart jars. And I don't even know how many. 18 or 19 dozen new rings. And a tote to keep them all in. So I think I did pretty well for my $20 for canning supplies for this week. So what I have been, like I said before, my goal is to each week try to, or each week or at least every other week, try to accumulate, 10 or 12 jars to add to what I have for the upcoming garden season, because I have probably 3 cases of each size jars out there, but I still have pumpkins to can from last fall. I've got to clear out my freezer, and I haven't even started on the garden that just went in. So just trying to, economically as I can, stock up on more canning supplies. So yard sales and estate sales are great for that, and I appreciate you guys coming along to look at what we got at the yard sale yesterday, and I will talk to you in another video soon. Thanks.